जाओ तो चलो. Okay, so we are going live. Just a minute. We will be able to get a notification. Yeah, but we are live. So, okay, so we are live now. Yeah. So, hello everyone. So please let us know if you are audible and we are visible. So please let us know if you are audible and visible. So you guys can also speak. So if you are audible, then we will be able to know. I think I'll have to remove this so that you guys will be audible. Okay. Am I audible? Yeah, so please let us know if we all are visible and audible, and then we can start with the session. So today we have Utkars here from, he had cleared TCS Ninja, and we have Sikha here. She had cleared TCS Digital. So we will be, getting, okay, so all are audible. So can you guys please speak? So Sikha and Utkars. So, so that, yeah, please let us know if all are audible. So can you guys speak?
Yes, am I
Yeah.
audible?
Okay, so please let us know, guys. Yeah. Okay. So basically, why today we are here? Because TCS NQT result is announced, and now they have called for Ninja role, right? So they have called for Ninja interview, digital interview, and Prime interview, right? So that's the reason, I thought of like calling the TCS, those who has cleared the TCS, so they will be able to give you the exact idea that how exactly your interview will be scheduled, or how, what kind of questions you will be expecting, and also we will discuss when you will be getting the result, right? So for Ninja, definitely the package is 3.3. For digital, the package will be 7.7, and for Prime, the package is 9 lakhs per annum. Okay, yeah, hi Sika. So TCS Digital, right? So
Yeah.
TCS Digital, what kind of, like you had faced the interview, you had cleared the interview. So what kind of questions we can expect as part of TCS Digital? Like they ask coding. So little more in detail. We wanted to know from you.
Yes. So basically, after the written coding round and the MCQ round, we had the interview.
Mhm.
So there were two rounds basically. First was the managerial and technical,
Mhm.
and next was the HR round.
Okay.
So in the managerial and technical, first the managerial round, he questioned me all the managerial related questions like your strengths, your weakness, your role model, and why is that your role model. He also asked me why TCS and all those questions. And the technical round, it was mainly focused on all the coding perspectives. Like a basic code was given.
Mhm.
So I had to share my screen, live sharing, and I had to code it in front of them.
Mhm.
And once the code was done, if you should be good with the logic. They can sense if you're good with the logic or not.
Okay.
So even if you're not quite confident with the entire code, and if you're very confident with how the logic goes by, you can tell it to them. This is what is going on in my head. So don't need to get nervous.
Okay.
So that is there.
So you said like you had to write the code. So they basically ask you to write the complete code or only logic from the codes. You.
Yeah. So they wanted me to code it basically, since they made me share my screen.
Mhm.
But somewhere down the line, since I couldn't give them the complete code, I also explained them the logic. Though whatever I had in mind, I explained it to them. And then they asked me about my final year project. So my entire technical round was based on my final year project. My final year project was based on sign language detection and apprehension. So that was mainly based on AI and ML. So they asked me hundreds of questions on AI and ML, neural networks. What is AI? What is ML? What is your project technology? What all you all used? What was my role in my project? Why you all why you all did this project? So since my project had a social value, it was for those people who are who cannot speak, who are finding it difficult to communicate or hear. They have hearing disabilities. The project was for them. So they were quite impressed because the project had a social impact. So they got impressed and they started asking me questions mainly on my project. So when you're telling about your final year project, be sure that you're quite confident with it. And if you're confident, they'll shift the interview on that. Like you can carry your interview wherever you want to go.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay, so somebody is asking for TCS Digital what questions are important. So I will come to that. Okay, so Nivedan. Okay, so Nivedan is asking for TCS Digital interview. So what kind of coding questions according to you is important? Like the basic codes, or how did you prepare for that coding round for TCS Digital? So was it like very deep codings they are going to ask, or how it is?
No, they're not going to ask like quite deep, because again there is less time that they have allotted for each student. There are so many interviews that they have to take. So basic codes only. For me, something like this was actually, I can't clearly remember, but it was like there are small boxes of this length and width which has to be fitted inside a bigger box of length and width. So a code to do how many boxes will fit in that particular box. So somewhat like that I had to code, if I clearly remember. And this was the coding question that was asked. So, and then they started questioning on that, like why I use this logic, what I think is the most appropriate way of this. So basically, since I was a part of online study for you, like the codes that you had practiced with us, nothing outside that, like
interview preparation
that will
material
set
you are
your
referring?
basics right.
That interview
Sorry?
interview preparation material you are referring?
Yes. Interview preparation. So nothing outside that. It will clear your basics. So even if they ask something outside that, you'll be confident enough to tackle any question if you go through all the basic codes.
That confidence. So at your time, like we were not having this live mock interview, but now we have started with like after this live session, so we have like the live mock interviews also where we are guiding a student. So the main thing is confidence, as you said.
Yeah.
So now coming to Utkars. So Utkars, as you were selected for a TCS Ninja role, right? Okay, so like
Yes.
so can you like tell us like what happened exactly in your interview? Like what kind of questions were asked, and did they ask you any coding questions or any of your like in your circle? So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, first of all, as Shikha explained her experience well, so it was same for me also. So for me also, there was first that MCQs and all the verbal quantitative exams I have to give, and then after that, got selected for
Okay,
interview.
one more
and
thing I just wanted to add here. So for Sikha, the interview was virtual, and for Utkars, it was face to face. So he will be telling face to face experience, because this year again, they are conducting this face to face interviews only. Yeah. So Utkars.
Yeah. Yeah, so my interview was face to face. So there were two people. One was technical and one, and then one was managerial. So yeah, first of all, they asked me to introduce myself. After that, they just asked, first of all, they asked the technical questions, and then in the managerial round, they asked the same things like why you want to join TCS, what will you do if I give you some situations like that.
Yeah, situation based
And
question
then
generally will be asked by managerial round. So that is very much unpredictable. So that from the interview experiences of the students only we will come to know like what exactly
situation based question they will ask, like if you are given some deadlines and then you're not able to meet that, how will you tackle like that, he asked. And then in technical, it was basically on means first you should means what I have learned with that experience, that if whatever is written in the resume, they'll ask from there only. And in my introduction, I have just given some points like what have I done in my final year project. So it was all just around that. So yeah, basically they just asked in related to Java OOPS concept. They asked string array and some operators based questions they asked.
Okay.
Yeah, it
but
was
they
in
didn't ask you
technical,
to
it
write
was-
any code, right? So in TCS Ninja, they don't ask to write codes, because for codes generally they have this digital, and now Prime is also there. So they will be targeting, this digital and.
Maybe they ask. I don't know, but for me they didn't ask.
Okay.
They asked some logic, but it was very It's easy one. They asked some logic to just to find out the bigger of the three numbers, something like that. It was two or three things they had asked, so that was not so difficult.
Okay, so for both of you, there were three interviewer, right? So as I can understand, so technical and MR together, like two interviewers, and then one interviewer was the HR, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
And
many.
that too for me was face to face only. So in HR also, it was just there. She was asking about my hobbies. And she was means what I told is why I am good at leadership. So she asked to explain that how are you good and something like that.
Okay, so some people are asking, they have called for prime and digital interview. So if they fail, then they will be definitely getting the ninja role. See, what I feel like this year, as they have digital and they have prime also. So if you don't perform well, right? If you perform very bad in the interview, then definitely they will not give you ninja also. So you don't think about that, right? So you try to perform well in the interview, right? And that's the reason I will just share my screen. So you can just have a look here. So that's the reason we have this TCS interview material we have launched, right? So where you are getting this the PDF videos, and then 5 common live mock test is there, right? And if you'll see the content, right, so there are a lot of contents in the, I mean, like videos are there, like how to explain your projects, right? So all those things are there, and also you will be having live common interview. And today also I am going to have a live mock interview with you all after this, right? So for the paid courses, so this TCS NQT comprehensive interview material, you guys can get it, right? So this will definitely help you in your interview. So each and everything has been covered, and moreover we have the live mock interviews here. Okay, so this definitely will help you. So at least you have to do 50% better in the interview, then only you can expect, right? So you will be getting, so my screen is set, right? Okay, stops here. Yeah, so then only you will be getting ninja, or you will be getting some other role, right? So even if you don't perform well in prime, there is a chance you can get digital. But then also for that also you have to answer 50% of the question. So smart hiring result, when it will come, so smart hiring result you can expect in this week itself. Okay, so don't have to worry. So you guys can check the description, the link will be given there. Okay, now the next question to you, Sika. So just trying to understand, so at your time, so because there was no prime, so how many coding had executed for this digital interview, if you could remember?
So you want me to tell about the coding questions?
No, not the coding question, like if you remember, you can, I mean, anyway this is for interview, so but if you can remember, like the first test case was completely executed, I mean there will be 2 codes, right? So first was executed completely, second was not executed or half executed, so that way.
Yes, so same as you said, there were 2 codes that were given for the test. One test, both the test cases were executed successfully, because that luckily I had already gone through that code before through your materials, so I was very lucky. And then the second one, I tried, so I executed one test case correctly, and the other one was not successful. But then I submitted it that way, and the results were in my favor.
Okay, fine. So also, what was the duration of your interview? So somebody is asking, like, how much duration for prime interview? So for digital, what was the duration of that interview?
For my technical and managerial, it was hardly 20 minutes. Like most of the time was only that they were questioning on my project.
Okay.
So, and HR lasted for hardly 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, so total. And Utkarsh, what about you? Because you had face to face.
Yeah. I was about to add that only, that for face to face it takes time. It took me for, I think it was 40-minute interview for technical and managerial. It was 40-minute, and then HR also it took time, because in face to face you have more things to ask. You feel comfortable there, so they'll ask a lot of things.
See, one thing I'm happy about this face to face interview, because last time what that has happened, in the virtual interview, the interviewer only did not join. So at many, there are many cases where, virtual interviews, the interviewer did not join. I have almost some 200 messages, mails, that sir, interviewer did not join, what should I do, what should I do? So this is what we had felt. So at least in face to face this is going to be better. Okay.
Right.
So now somebody is asking, I am from civil engineering department and I got selected for digital interview. How can I attempt it? Okay. So civil engineering and then got selected for digital, that means definitely you are good at coding. Now how can I attempt it? So I got selected. Okay. So Jagdish, for that only, I mean for everyone, those who wanted to understand like, how you will be able to crack digital or prime. So after this we have a session, okay, and that is a live session will be there, but that is for the interview, those who has got the interview materials. So we have called the Upasana ma'am. She is Flipkart SD. So she will tell you she will have a mock interview with all, and there you will understand that what kind of questions you need to prepare, right? Because see, for ninja and all it's fine, but for digital and prime you need someone from very good company, right? Those who has cracked a lot of questions, right? A lot of companies. So she will be there live at 8:15. Okay, so if you have not got the interview course, get it now, and then you will be getting a link to join that live session. Okay, so once again I will just tell you. So you can see here, right? So just a minute, so I'll just show them. So this is the interview material, and today at 8 p.m. we are coming live. So Upasana ma'am and myself is coming live. So from digital prime or ninja, so all your queries will get solved, like what all questions you need to prepare, how you're going to attempt, right? Because she is SDE and definitely she has more command over the coding, and she knows like what kind of questions TCS may ask for digital and the prime, right? So that's the reason we are calling her. So you get it now. The price is also very nominal, so you'll be getting PDF file of 120 pages, right? So you can see the content, right? So here the content is, so programming is there, SDLC interview, and for civil background, electrical background, mechanical, electronics, operating system, important coding question, tips and strategy, coding question, DBMS and RDBMS. So each and everything has been covered here, and C will be like having the common live mock interview with you guys, right? So you can get it. The link will be in description. Okay, so fine. Now once again I have a question from Sikha only, because there are many people from digital and prime, they are facing issues. So what kind of coding questions I mean you can expect, like which all area they should focus? Because recently they conducted the examination, and there most of the questions were basically from matrix. So they had asked questions in the matrix in the written test. So in the interview, so which all topic they should focus, like arrays or maybe strings? So which all topics they should focus more? Anyway, we are having a session after this at 8:15, but I wanted to know from you because you have cracked digital and definitely would have prepared for the interviews with
Yeah.
codes.
Yeah, so absolutely, arrays and data structures, these are like the most commonly asked questions that they give. So be prepared with that, because you're from like people who are from computer engineering background, they will definitely question you on DSA and arrays and all of that. I remember one of my friend was asked to code a game, sort of like, he said that he loves playing one kind of a game, and he was asked if he can code that game and show them like on the spot.
Okay.
So he was taken aback, but he tried. So if you are given something, you can try it, you can give it a go, you can tell what logic you'll have in head.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that can take you up.
So-
they don't want to see the perfect code, they don't want to see the results, they want to see how you approach it.
Confidence and
Yeah.
good. So one more
Yeah.
thing, one more learning from here. So don't tell something in the interview. So wherever you are confident, see, this is what you have to learn. So don't simply tell something which you are not like very much sure. So that like somebody told for game and then they started facing questions from that. Okay, so one more question before I move to Utkarsh. So how much this project is important? Because there are people who take this project very lightly, and I know there are many candidates in the past also, so they have got bombarded with the questions from the project itself. The whole interview was based on project. So I wanted to know your views in that.
Project is like, if I can weigh it, it is 80% entire interview will go on project. So
Okay.
if your project is really good and you are very confident, then there are high chances that will convert to interview. So project is very important. Don't take it lightly and make sure that you know each and every part of your project. So just don't say that you did this project, because then they'll question you. So they will ask each and every details about your project, and if you don't know, then obviously they will judge you based on that.
Correct, correct.
So yeah.
Okay, Utkarsh, so how much this internship is important? So maybe like, somebody would have done internship on web development. Like generally people do, because from the college they will ask, please do one internship. So students will do the internship. Also, we had also done, this internship program for the students earlier. So how much the importance of internship, and also like there are people who are asking, so will be there any coding question for ninja interview, and if yes, then what will be the difficulty level? So these are the two questions for you.
Oh, yeah. So first of all, yeah, for Ninja also coding questions are there. For me, I didn't get any this type of coding question like to code or something. But logic, I told you, logic I have to explain. But from some of my friends, I got to know that if they say that they are confident. So basically, if you are confident in something, if you have that thing written in the resume, and if you are very confident, then you should go for it and you should tackle that question. So my friends got that question, and they have given the answers for that. They
And the
have
most
coded
important thing
that.
is, don't write something in the resume which you are not very comfortable, because this time you have to, in face to face, you have to go and give the resume, right? So what exactly
Right.
happens in face to face? So you go and give your resume, or they will be already having
Because
your
there are because there are a lot of things, there are a lot of skills, there are a lot of technologies. But if you should only tell what you are able to present. So if you are able to present it correctly, and if many people know a lot of things, but there's lack of presentation, right? The lack of confidence, that is important. So if you know less, also you should be confident in your concepts.
Somebody is commenting that she has opened fan. Yeah, so in the whole interview he's able to concentrate on fan. Okay, so my question to you was, Utkarsh, so I mean, the interviewer will already having your interview, sorry, a resume that you have to submit it before, or you have to give it when you are going for
We have to
interview?
carry that
Resume,
in the
right?
interview
So
room.
now you have the chance, so the students, you have the chance, you can make your resume proper. Please remove everything which you are not aware, and mention everything you are aware, any kind of certifications and all. Anyway, that we will talk inside the course, we will talk in detail. Okay, so sir, will question be asked from core subject of CSE? Yeah, so this is one question. So it's not only core subject of CSE. Maybe anyone can answer, or Sika may answer. So can we expect the questions from the core subject? So like electrical, electronics, mechanical, maybe it would have happened with your
Yeah.
friends.
So for me, like I am from electronics background only. So I was being asked some questions on electronics. Means the interviewer asked that what is your favorite subject, and after that he asked some questions on electronics. That subject which I
If we
said.
ask what is your favorite subject, then we have to say maths, so that he cannot ask anything. Okay. So Sika, what is your like branch? So it was CSE or
TSC.
CSE. Then anyway, you are expecting more questions from the.
Yeah.
So then somebody is asking, will there be any question asked on the core subject of CSE? CSE itself is like coding, right? So what is the core
Yeah,
subject
yeah.
in CSE?
DBMS and computer networks, operating systems can be asked.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's the reason. Like we have covered all the basic things in the material, because
Yeah.
I mean, see, and all the whatever we have covered is freely available on internet also. So it's not like something we have grown or something. So the only thing is like at the last moment, like when you have 3, 4, 5 days, you cannot go and search for the content outside, right? Because like, and also it should be very much understood to everyone. So that's the reason we compiled one interview material. It took a lot of effort, but yes, so in the past, how many results we have given, and we are expecting the same, because written we have a very good result this time, and we are also expecting the results in the interview. And that's the reason I thought like you both might add like whatever queries they have in the mind, so that they will be getting idea and they can prepare accordingly. Okay, so any other question anybody is having? So the difficulty level of prime and digital interview is same. See, Sai, frankly speaking, this digital and prime. So it's been added this time only. Last year it was not there. So they both like Utkarsh and Shikha. So they have recently cracked, but that time the prime was not there. So what you can expect is the difficulty level will be same, but they will check like how confident you are in the coding. So if you're average level or if you're beyond that, right? If they're asking you some question, like suppose if they asked you what is encapsulation, so just to give you one example. Now if somebody is just telling one line of their like explanation, and somebody is telling in very detail, like encapsulation means, you can take one example of the tablet, right? So and that's how we fill inside that. Some kind of examples if you're taking and explaining, then definitely you will be hired for prime, and then other person will be hired for digital. So that kind of you can understand, right? TCS smart hiring result, TCS smart hiring result you can expect in the coming week. Okay, don't worry, TCS NQT and TCS smart hiring, both results will be announced soon, right? Okay. Fine. So Utkarsh, for you the interview was like 40 minutes, and HR interview was for how much time?
It was 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, so the question to Utkarsh, so how did you feel working in TCS? So like
it is good. So I means after joining TCS, I was given training on some technology. That was means it was a BPM based tool. I've been given that training, and then I'm working on a project right now. I'm feeling good.
So you're feeling good with the project or with the salary?
Just the project. But yeah, for freshers, it's we have to learn. We have to keep learning. So right now, the focus is not on salary.
Yes. So the first 2 years of your career like will be mainly dependent upon this.
Okay. How much you learn, how much you grow.
Okay, so one more question I have to Sikha. So you got selected with on campus or off campus?
On campus only.
So on campus. So just wanted to know like if you have some kind of like data. So how many students were attempted, and then how many students were selected for the interview? At least this data, do you have it?
Actually, my class is of 70 students. So, like, I'm talking about the computers department.
Okay.
So, 70 students, out of which about 50 attempted the test. They were only out of that, only 2 were selected for the digital round, and the rest went for the ninja round. Like whoever got selected. Not all.
So that's what like I wanted to know. Like,
out 17 to 18 people, I think, from my class.
Okay. So you can say like for 20, like 40% ratio, right? So this time also they have done 40 to 50% ratio only. So in a college, if there are 800 to 900 students are there, then for the interviews they have selected around 400 candidates. So that we have got from one of the college. How to enter TCS off campus 2023 pass out? So TCS might conduct. Okay, so this is the expectations. So TCS might conduct off campus for 2023 and 2024. After this on campus, so basically you will have to wait and see, right? So nobody can tell you exactly, right? So what exactly will happen, but you keep your preparation, and there are many companies which are hiring, so we can apply. So that our YouTube channel, we are posting the daily job updates, so that might help you, right? Sir, will be there any question asked on 4.0 technology? What is 4.0 technology? 4.0. So I am not aware about this 4.0 technology. Anybody is aware?
No.
4.0 technology. See, 6G is there, 5G is there, 6G is coming, but this 4.0 maybe something new. So see, if it is very new, then they might not ask you. So basically you can prepare on AI, ML, so which is booming now. So I have one exam in 2 days, 9th of Feb. Is it possible to pass with my current intermediate knowledge of aptitude and reasoning? See, Revant, it depends upon how many questions you are solving. The cutoff was very less. The cutoff was 5, 6, in each, like aptitude 5 to 6, reasoning it was like 7 to 8. So the cutoff is very less. So if you solve that many questions, then you will be able to clear it off. Okay, no problem. And okay, how do you guys see the market like in 2024 as compared to 2023 and 2022 was like full of this recession. So how do you see, like, 2023 the market, 2024 the market will be? The hirings are happening, what we could see in a limited fashion, but still we wanted to know your input.
Yeah, so I think it'll improve this year, but then we are still facing, even in our work environments, we are facing troubles for hikes and all of that. So it has definitely impacted the industry a lot. And it will be there, but it's improving much better than 2023.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, right. So, according to the market, there are a lot means. Not talking about TCS, there are other companies. They are also like I know some of people. They are not getting appraisals, and then they are not getting hikes this year. So maybe it is improving. So, but means the hiring is also there, and then some companies are doing layoffs also. So it's just a balance right now.
So someone is telling, okay, so industry 4.0 and about data science and application. See, data science, they will not go into very detail, because data science is not something which you will be learning in your college, right? So data science, you just know the basics, like what exactly is data science, machine learning, right? So these things you should know the basics, but don't get into deep, because if the company also hires you, they don't know which project you will be put in, right? So they will not expect a graduate to know data science and its application in very much detail. Just basic knowledge should be having. What should I do after my degree to do a project or internship? So see, project or internship you can pay and get it, right? Internship or project, so you can pay at any places, and they will offer you project or internship. So now this is how it is going on. You don't have to go to some kind of industries to do it, like earlier people used to go. Okay, so I think we have answered all the queries, and the results, guys, you will have to wait, right? So the results will be there in the coming weeks. Okay, so thank you. Like, we will be doing more sessions like this, and if you have any queries, we will be always in touch. So thanks, Sika, for joining us, and Utkars for joining us and guiding the student. So I think you have given a lot of information in this video, which will help them to prepare and also to understand what exactly the TCS ask, how many people will be there, what happens in face to face, and so face to face waiting will be also there, right? So you'll have to go in the morning and then you'll have to wait. So all those things will happen, Utkars, right? So there won't be
Yeah.
timings.
You have to wait in a conference room, and then you will be called.
Okay, so one last question we can take. So how to answer the question why you have chosen this project?
I'll take it up.
Yeah.
So basically, you'll be knowing why you took the project. So be very honest. Like when I
No.
told
See,
them,
here I wanted to tell. See, actually, when I was in engineering, like back in 2012, so I had taken the project. We identified which is the simplest project, where, like, we have less expenditure also. Like, we have to spend less, and also it is very easy for the interview point of view. So that is one thing. I did not go with my interest. So in that case, like, how students should frame the answer?
in that case, you'll have to list down all the positive aspects about your project. And if it's in somehow helping some society or your college or anything, even student community, list it down. Just write it down, make a proper answer, and then tell them. You should always tell the benefits of the project to someone, because a project doesn't make sense if it's just made for the sake of it.
Correct. That is the best point you mentioned here, and that's what in my all video of, like, how to explain your project I mentioned. Because see, when you do some things, either project or internship, to help people, that means you have a mentality of doing something for the society, for the people. So definitely they will think, okay, so because every company works, like, if TCS works or any company works, so they are working on mobile phone data, 5G, 6G, whatever. So that is in the benefit of the people. So definitely that project should tell them, okay, so this is the benefit and this is how the society, the people, or the country will get benefited. Thanks, Sika. So this is one of the a very good point you mentioned. Okay, guys, so we will take the leave because we have another session at 8:15. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.